Hello everybody, my name is the Chef and welcome back to another One Piece Bounty Rush video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 5 more characters that I want to see come to the game. Now, some of them, I guess they're kind of like up to date, so they are all very strong, at least in my mind. The way I wrote them out, they feel very strong, and I feel like that's what we need considering there's just a crazy power creep going on. But that being said, there's not really much more to say. You know how this goes if you've seen my other videos. If you haven't, go check those out. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. So the first character that I want to see here on this list is a 4-star attacker bounty fest Doflamingo, because the old Doflamingo is obviously expired. He's not, he's okay. He's not the best anymore. We definitely need a revamp, but we need an attacker version because that boy hits hard. If you did watch the anime or read the manga, you already know about him. They didn't, utilize his full move set, but I figured if they make a V2 version, they could utilize some of the more powerful techniques and kind of change it up a little bit. You know what I mean? So for the first one, skill 1 here, overheat. 700 damage, long range AoE attack with knockback and causes a flame. Now, if you've seen that in the show, he just kind of like shoots out this big string that's like on fire, and he basically, gives them lashes with that flame whip. Really devastating attack, and I think it would be pretty damn cool to have that in the game. Skill 2, God Thread, long range attack that pierces enemies and ignores target's defense and become temporarily invincible while you're using the skill. So that attack would obviously pierce through your opponent and hit anybody behind them. Because this is the one where he used that against Gear 4 at the end. He basically took all of those tendrils of his and imbued them with hockey, and he almost penetrated Luffy's King Kong gun. So I feel like that would be an awesome attack. Plus he floats in the air, so that's why I said temporarily invincible, excuse me. Yeah, I think that would be a pretty damn solid skill there. So as for the character traits, able to move during normal attacks. I figured give him the string bullets as the normal attack, similar to Boa, but make it a little bit more smooth because Dofi is a very, how would you say, elusive creature. He's kind of like a gangly crackhead, slinging it look like he's shooting that crack rock out of his fingers. I think that'd be pretty damn cool. Give him a little bit of a long range type of attacker unit here. Inflicts self with self-sustain when knocked below 50% HP, 5% HP healed for second. So that's like extra strong sustain. I think that'd be pretty cool considering this dude was durable as fuck. He had all those string clones, and he could heal himself technically with his webs, or at least temporarily, like mend his wounds. Also, 15% HP recovery one time when damage is enough to take you to a KO. So basically just a second life, and then I figured it can give you like a string clone disappearing animation while you kind of like jump back out of it. I think that'd be pretty damn cool. Trait 1, when your team captures a flag, boost critical hit by 300% for 20 seconds, cannot stack. And when crit occurs, debuff enemy speed by 20%, which does not stack, but you'll still be doing extra damage with those string bullets, and you'll be able to slow them down because he does have that string web attack where he was able to like hold people in place. So I think that would kind of fit his character right there. Also, when you're in your treasure area, increase damage dealt by 30%. So rather than being in your enemy's treasure area, I figured if you're in your own treasure area, because he is a long-range attacker, he'll benefit from that even more because you don't have to get up close with the enemy. Trait 2, when you take damage, inflict 5% chance to inflict string web state. So basically if they hit you, there's a 5% chance that you'll keep them in basically in like a spider web and hold them there for like 3 seconds, almost like stun, but you can't be immune to this because it's just string. And also when your HP is more than 70%, resist stagger effect, just in case you got to get the fuck out of there and you're popping off that string Glock and backing that thing up. So anyways, I think that'd be a pretty cool character. Let's just move on to the next one. Now this is more of a prediction, but I actually wanted to add this guy on one of my older lists, but I guess I'll do it now. It would be a 4-star Red Defender Bounty Fest Young Whitebeard. White Daddy, as they say. So his we need a counter for Roger, right? And I figure this guy can be like the perfect one. I'm pretty sure that's what they're kind of intending it to be. So in my mind, this is how I see the character happening. The Geki Shin, 400 damage AoE counter attack. When the counter is successful, deals damage to the enemy and causes tremor. And when the counter is failed, basically just causes tremor if you're in the radius. So I think it would be really nice to have this. This could be the trump card to beat Roger, essentially. If he tries to hit you with any of his attacks, you know, you hit him with the counter as any counter would, and you cause that tremor, which leads you into his skill 2, which is the Naginata Rasetsu, which is 850 damage, long range attack. So I think you could, basically he would put like his quake bubble at the end of his Bicento, and he'd shoot that in a straight path, which would ignore target's defense and leave a tremor trail that would last for 5 seconds, causing tremor for 3 seconds if stepped on. So I think it would be pretty damn cool to have like an after effect, almost like an aftershock of an earthquake, just kind of rumbling in its path. And if you walk onto it, you know, you'll get tremored. If not, you could just perfect dodge into it like any other trade area. So it's not too busted, but it does hit goddamn hard. So character traits, nullify tremor, obviously. 5% chance to inflict tremor when attacking. It also, when inflicting tremor, increase attack by 30% for 20 seconds, giving you that extra damage that could be used to kill Roger. So trait 1 reduces damage by 30% when you're in your own treasure. Pretty standard defensive character trait right there. And after an ally is KO'd, resist all status effects for 20 seconds. Kind of making, you know, keeping him up to date with the meta with all these, like, you know, status characters. And we need this guy to kind of be immune to certain things as well. So he is the big fucking fat tank boy, you know what I mean? Trait 2, when HP is above 50%, reduces damage received by 25% and from attackers by an additional 25%, making him a little bit extra tanky against attackers, specifically Roger and you know, some of the other red meta characters like CP0 and Zoro, for example. Also, when your allies are KO'd, recover 15% HP and get a defensive increase by 30%, which does not stack. So kind of like the MOREEE trait. If you put it on this guy, he's going to be amazing. Not unkillable, really damn good unit. I think there would be a lot of units that could actually beat the shit out of this guy, but he would actually be a very good counter against the current meta. So yeah, not really much more to be said about this dude. Let's move on to the next one. So this one, I got another defender here because we're going to probably go back into a defender. We need another defender in the EXs, apparently. So I'm going to say 4-star defender EX Fleet Admiral Sakazuki. You know, this guy's a Bodman. He gets down. He got that nice Hawaiian t-shirt. And he's always got a cigar going at all times because he's a pimp. So skill 1, Inugami Guren. 650 damage long range attack that inflicts a flame and leaves behind a magma trail that inflicts a flame and staggers enemy, kind of like the Snake Man trade area. So you'll get stuck on it and just kind of take consistent burn damage and last for 10 seconds. I think that would be a pretty neat little thing. This guy kind of created all of his traits based around a flame and leaving those burn trails behind, because obviously he's a magma man. So, or he's a magnum man too, if you know what I'm saying. So his skill 2, Hellhound, or the Dark Hound, depending on which translation you're going by. 850 damage, mid-range lunge attack that causes explosion on contact and knocks back enemies. Explosion damage is 200 and enters magma state upon use. So if you connect that, you're doing massive damage. It's almost like a one-shot skill for sure. He is an EX after all. And that explosion is just a little icing on the cake, you know, knock back some people that are around you as well. So character, oh, I forgot to mention the magma state. We'll get into that in a second. So character traits, nullify burn, obviously. 10% chance to leave behind a magma trail on dodge that continues to follow you for 5 seconds. So you'll leave that magma trail behind you until, you know, the 5 seconds is up. In magma state, enemies receive 10% damage back from close range physical attacks. So making it not so busted. If they're attacking you up close, you know, with close range physical attacks, they're going to take some damage back, considering you are a magma person. And when in magma state, normal attacks chance to inflict a flame 100% also. And also when your enemy is aflamed, reduce damage received by 20%. So really powerful shit right there. Again, not super, it is broken, but it's not, you know, unkillable. When in your treasure area, reduce damage by 30%. When attacked by an enemy, 100% chance to reduce cooldown of skill time by 5%. So he'll be getting that magma state back quite often with this guy. When attacking enemy who is inflicted with a flame, increase damage dealt by 20%. When in magma state, this is the second trait. When in magma state, cannot be knocked down or staggered. So, you know, 10 seconds of basically, you can get killed, but you're not going to be getting knocked down or anything because this dude is a tank. So, shout outs to Kuma. Reduce damage received by pirate characters by 20% and increase damage dealt to them by 20%. Because, you know, this guy's just got some sort of sexual hate for pirates. I don't know, maybe he was abused by one as a child, which is not cool. So when your enemy KOs, or when you KO an enemy, increase defense by 50% and it lasts until you're KO'd as well. So really solid unit there. Obviously it's broken. He is an EX character. I think it would be a pretty damn cool one to see something like this. So let's move on to the next one. Now this is one that I think everybody's been waiting for a super long time. It would be a 4-star runner Stealth Black, aka Soba Mask. Obviously he'd be a runner. This dude is just, he's a stealth character, right? I mean, why wouldn't he be a runner? Skill 1, Shooting Star Soba Kick. 600 damage, long range kick that can fly across the map with a high critical hit chance, and it knocks back enemies. So, you know, similar to Marco or the blue Sanji or Crocodile or someone of that nature, he's going to be doing that long range attack. It doesn't necessarily have to connect, but if it does, you're going to be activating some other traits, which we'll get to in a minute. Skill 2, Raid Suit Shield. Become invincible for 5 seconds and cools down skill 1 by 30%. So this would be a really nice one, especially when you're trying to capture flags. You can't really get killed or hurt. 5 seconds isn't completely busted either. I mean, you know, they've got other things that are way worse in this game than that. So after capturing enemy flag, become invisible for 10 seconds, so you can't be seen on the map or be seen on the screen as well, and increase speed by 20%, so you can actually escape after you capture that flag and try to get to the next one. Reduces status effect by 80%, except in trance, obviously. That is just because, you know, Sanji or the raid suits in general are made to kind of protect against the elements and just the physical attacks or whatever in general. So, but Sanji's a big time simp lord, as they say. So, you know, he's going to be getting that in trance, obviously. Dodge speed cut in half, or cooldown cut in half. So he's going to be dodging a lot faster than most people. As for his traits, when HP is above 70%, boost cap speed by 50%. Pretty standard shit right there. When using skill 1, boost attack by 30% that lasts 20 seconds. You are going to be getting a little bit of a damage buff when you're using that flying shooting star kick. So trait 2, after you capture the flag, recover HP by 30%, of course. This is kind of like a meta thing for runners nowadays. I give them a little extra because of the power creep. And when knocking back an enemy, reduce cooldown of skill 1 by 30%. So you will be, you know, if you knock them down, you know, pop on your raid suit, capture that flag. It's already 60% cooldown, so you're going to have another chance to fly out of there. I think that'd be a pretty damn solid unit. It's not completely broken. It is strong once again. That's just the, you know, how the game is moving. So I think it'd be pretty damn cool to see. But anyways, let's just move on to the next one. This one I'm most excited for, and I hope they bring this to us soon. This would be a 4-star attacker, Bounty Fest Kizaru. Probably the best admiral in my opinion. He's just like a goofy dude. Really solid fella. So, skill 1, Amano Murakumo. A little tongue twister there. Enters a sword state, increasing damage by 25% and speed by 10% with a high critical hit chance. Changes normal attacks to close range sword slashes and nullifies stagger. And this form will last like 20 seconds. So I think it would be really damn cool to have this as a long range / close range hybrid character. And we'll get to that in a second. So he'll enter a sword state and fight similar to the way he was fighting against Rayleigh. Skill 2, the foot beam. There wasn't really a translation for this attack, but 750 damage, extra long range beam attack with explosion on impact that causes knockback. So think about Frankie's his radical beam on the time skip Frankie, something like that. But you know how Kizaru did that on Sabaody and blew down one of those the mangroves. I think that would be pretty damn cool. As for his character traits, move while doing normal attacks, so the Yasakani no Magatama. I think that would be a really cool idea to have that as his normal attacks. Again, similar to Boa, this would be a shotgun effect rather than different from the Doflamingo one I suggested earlier, but definitely kind of like Boa's, and he would just kind of blink around and shoot, you know, a whole bunch of those lights, hitting you with a lot of hits at the same time. So again, switching between close range and long range, I think it would be pretty damn solid. 5% chance to inflict blind status when attacking enemy or receiving damage. So this would be a new, you know, a new status effect once again. So if you hit them for 5 seconds, whites out the screen, and I think that would be pretty damn cool. Nullify stun, obviously he is Kizaru. You know, just like the other one, he has nullify stun as well. So trait 1, when crit occurs, increase speed and attack by 2% up to 20%. So every time you get that crit, it's going to go up by 2, so all the way up to 20%. It's going to make you a little bit faster, a little bit, hit a little bit harder as well. I think that'd be pretty damn cool. You know, and it also will stack with your sword state, so that's pretty damn nice as well. When HP is above 80%, increase capture speed by 50%. So he will have like a runner capture trait, similar to like Lucci when he enters his twink form. That's that little skinny bottom form. And trait 2, when you capture a treasure, reduce cooldown of skill 2 by 30%. Really nice. Obviously, that's always a good thing when you're capturing treasures, because this guy is kind of like a hybrid character in my mind. And after KOing an enemy, recover HP by 15%. So, you know, that would be, again, kind of nice to have a little bit of healing, because that's a typical meta trait nowadays. And overall, I think none of these characters are like absurdly, they are obviously strong, but that's just the direction of the game. So not really much more to say about this. Let's just wrap things up. So if you agree or disagree with anything on this list, these are just ideas. So, you know, be gentle. Not really. You can say whatever the fuck you want. It's up to you. But yeah, if you have any more ideas, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you guys would do if different if you had, you know, if you made something like a video like this. So yeah, not really much more to say. If you guys liked the video, obviously please like the video. If you haven't checked out the other character video concept videos that I came up with, go check those out. And yeah, you know, don't forget to like and subscribe, obviously. And we will see you in the next one. Peace.